Our hotline got a call about a possum who appeared to be trapped in a fence. The possum not only was stuck, but was also actively bleeding. Sarah and I jumped into the rescue van and got down there as quick as possible to discover this poor male possum that had actually gone through a small hole in a gate that it couldn't get through. I feel like it was probably, maybe a day long there. His hands and feet were raw. That was obvious. He had been struggling for a long time, bled a lot, and then stopped fighting. Kind of gave up, I would say. Fortunately, we already had our screwdriver ready to go, and we were able to take one panel off, secured him, we put him in the kennel. He was not good. We got him up to the center as quick as possible, and the rehab and vet team took over.
During the initial assessment, TWC's veterinary team discovered severe wounds on his neck that would require surgery to heal correctly. The poor opossum was in critical condition.
The only other thing that was kind of sad was he even had a little bit of frostbite on his tail.
He needed a few days of supportive care to help strengthen him before the procedure. Meanwhile, another possum was brought in needing urgent care.
There's a number of reasons why possums come in. A lot of the time it is frostbite. They're very susceptible because of their naked tail and furless ears. Cold Canadian winters. This female possum came in and it was just kind of unclear what's wrong, and from a number of tests, they determined that it had ingested lead at some point and was actually suffering from lead poisoning, and that's what she's being treated for right now.
The opossum who was showing symptoms of lead poisoning was weak, very thin, and disoriented. The lead toxicity could lead to seizures, tremors, muscle problems, and could become fatal if left untreated.
So lead toxicity is a pretty common toxicity in wildlife. The main sources in our wildlife tend to be scavenging the corpses with the lead shot in them, eating fishing line tackle or fishing sinkers, and then general landfill type toxins.
While this patient undergoes urgent treatment to reduce the lead levels in her blood, the other opossum, who was freed from the fence, was prepared for surgery. His frantic attempts to escape the fence left him with serious wounds. The frostbitten portion of his tail needed to be amputated, and the wounds on his neck needed to be stitched closed.
I think this opossum is going to do really well once he heals. He just needs some more time. He's got some pretty significant wounds, but already in the time he's been here, they've begun to heal quite nicely.
Following the procedure, this little guy went back into his temporary home to heal up. Here, he was regularly monitored and given treatment and medication to further his recovery. His initial injuries are successfully healed. The opossum who ingested lead is still under observation, but a recent lead level check shows signs of improvement.
These two possums, unfortunately, they're going to have to stay here at the center with us just to get through the coldest parts of the winter, and they'll be released in the early spring. So we're pretty excited to have them all feeling better and just a little bit of time to go until they get released back into the wild.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and make sure you hit the bell to be notified when we share new content. We would also love if you shared this video with a friend.